Don't freak out and don't be too loud, okay? Now I know this is a lot to handle, and this is a lot to process, and you don't know what's going on, but let me fill you in. You see, after last week's episodes, I decided that you're not fit to live on your own. You'll make so many mistakes out there. I'm just watching out for you, baby. And you're wondering how you got here, I'm guessing. Well, you remember that smoothie I got for you? Yeah, you loved it, but you just said it tasted a little funny. And let me guess, you got nauseous, and then you got dizzy, and then all of a sudden, you didn't remember a thing. Well, let me tell you, that's exactly what happened. And why you're here, I already explained that. You see, last week at school, I was getting out of my fourth period, and I saw you talking to this guy, and to put it bluntly, I didn't like him and I didn't trust him. And he put his arm around you, and and he tried to kiss you. I saw all that. It hurt so badly. At that moment, I wanted to take my pencil and just drive it so deep in his throat. But I had to think more rationally about this. It's not your fault, baby. Why are you looking at me like that? I just care for you. We've been together for 2 years. 2 years, 48 days, 70 hours, 5 minutes, and 3 seconds, if you want to be exact. I counted it from the very beginning, baby. Every minute and every hour and every second. I just love you so much. And don't worry, baby, you're safe in my house now. You're in my basement. No one will be able to find you here or suspect that you're here. And for that boy, that insignificant little motherfucker, I know he's your childhood friend. You remember, you told me you met him in kindergarten when you were coloring. Your mom and her mom were really good friends at that time. I remember this because I remember all the stories my girlfriend tells me. I'm such a good boyfriend, aren't I? So, I knew that you told me that his family makes great Italian food, and they're quite fond of it, considering that she's from Italian heritage. Well, I really hope the lasagna that I made pleased them, because I'm gonna tell you something. That sauce was a little more than just red. I will admit, making it was kind of a struggle. I had to use the knife a lot, though. And, I don't know, processor was kind of running slow. But, you know, I managed to get it done. And I really hope they liked it. It's my special recipe. Anyways, I just love you so much to damage us. I want you here for the rest of eternity. Till one of us dies, or both of us dies. You're gonna be in my house from now on. I already dropped you out of school. I'll homeschool you. I'll go to school and teach you everything I learned from there. And I'll buy you food. I've started working recently just to get food for you. Why are you crying? Don't cry. You'll be just fine. No one's gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna hurt you. Oh, now, don't struggle. The restraints are way too tight for that. You're seated in my favorite chair, with some good rope that I borrowed. 'Cause you know, my uncle works at a warehouse. He has all the tools. And that blindfold. Not the blindfold. What am I saying? I mean the gag. It might be a little tight on you, but that's just so you won't be able to yell or scream. Even though it shouldn't matter anyways. Who's gonna hear you from all the way down here? I just love you way too much to let you go and make some mistakes you'll regret. I don't want you leaving me now, and maybe someday when you learn to love me and trust me, you can stay here, and you don't need those restraints. I can just hold you and kiss you, and rub your back till you fall asleep like I always do when I go over to your house. You look like an angel when you sleep, darling. It's cute you mumble and you drool in your sleep. With that pink pillow you have. That pink little plushy pillow. It's so adorable. I remember you had that ever since you were a little girl. Yeah, luckily your window's not too tall. And plus, I noticed that some people at school, your best friends, and some of those petty little guys, want to know where you are and if you're okay. I just told them that you moved far away and that you're trying to get your life together. Because, you know, some people tend to believe that more than others, but they're no far from the truth. Oh, and don't worry about your cell phone and iPod. I destroyed them. Sledgehammer really works really well for that. And all your social media is deactivated. You don't exist out in the outside world, in the digital world. However, before that happened, I got on your phone, you know, since I know your password. And I texted your family and some of your good friends that you moved away, so they didn't bother asking and your family was proud. Your family finally thought that you were getting your life together and going some places and doing new things. And then I explained that I was happy for you too. I made it seem like you're far from here and that I have no clue where you are. But no one needs to know our little secret, do they? Now, don't squirm. I'll have to tighten the ropes if you do. I don't want to leave rope burns on your precious arms. Look, that precious skin of yours, that perfect skin, that hair and those perfect eyes, that amazing stunning face. When I very first saw you freshman year, standing in the cafeteria, I stared for so long, and when my friends called my attention, I didn't respond for 30 seconds, and I just looked away and got my lunch. That's when I knew you were the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my entire life. No other girl is as pretty as you are. I love you so much, and I don't want you making those petty little mistakes. And you'll be here for eternity. I think I'm just repeating myself at this point. Well, maybe in time, when you learn to trust and love me, we gotta take those bondings off. Maybe first we can take off the gag, so that you can talk to me. 'Cause I don't want my baby to be silent. Hold on, you wanna say something? Promise me you won't scream or yell or anything, darling. You promise? Okay. The bindings are off. Oh no, stop. What are you talking about? I'm crazy? But I just love you. I love you more than anything to let anything happen to you, and I'll do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Oh no, don't cry. Don't sob. Don't worry, I haven't killed anyone, well, except for your childhood friend. I don't intend to hurt anyone unless it's absolutely necessary. And you know those cheerleaders that were bullying you, beginning of sophomore year, telling you were an ugly slut, that you were a whore, just 'cause the way you dressed, you were out of the ordinary. Well, they were here at one point in time, and you've noticed that they stay far away from you and that they look kinda scared when they see you. Let me tell you a little secret, darling. That was all because of me. They learned not to lay a finger on you and not to say anything about you after what I did, and it was worse than what you're in now. They'd be begging to be where you are now. Anyways, it's getting close to bedtime for me. I gotta go to school. I gotta teach you what I know. Plus, I'm a little drowsy. And I know you'll have a hard time staying awake. So, come here. That's it. I mean, this isn't that big of a dose, and I'm sorry if the needle hurts, but it'll start to fade away. And you'll wake up probably around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Maybe. I don't know how much of a dose I gave you, but I know it's not enough to kill you. Trust me, darling. I know how much of this kills. I've seen it with my own eyes. Good night, baby. Sweet dreams.